Issue 21. B. Be understanding to your enemies. Be loyal to your friends. Be strong enough to face the world each day. Be weak enough to know you cannot do everything alone. Be generous to those who need your help. Be frugal with what you need yourself. Be wise enough to know that you do not know everything. Be foolish enough to believe in miracles. Be willing to share your joys. Be willing to share the sorrows of others. Be a leader when you are sure of the correct action. Be a follower when you are shrouded by the mists of uncertainty. Be the first to congratulate an opponent who succeeds. Be the last to criticize a colleague who fails. Be sure where to place your next step so you will not stumble. Be loving to those who love you. Be loving to those who do not love you, and they may change. Above all, be yourself.
Comprehension. 1. Why should you be careful where you walk? 2. How strong should we be? 3. What might happen if we love someone who doesn't love us?
Let's talk. One, are you capable of being generous to your enemies? Discuss the matter in detail. 2. In what ways are you loyal to your friends? 3. What's the difference between being frugal and being cheap? 4. Do you believe in miracles? Why or why not? 5. With whom can you share your joys? 6. With whom do you share your sorrows? 7. Why is it hard to congratulate an opponent for his success? 8. Is it easy to be loving towards those who do not love you? Do you think they will change their attitude towards you?
Opinion samples. 1. No one is perfect. We all lose our tempers or speak before we think. Sometimes we act in a rude, disgusting manner. We are most likely to behave this way when our guard is down because we are with people who know us well. But our real friends will excuse our temporary lapse of civility and continue to be our friends. And of course, we have the same obligation for tolerance toward them. On the other hand, continuous repeated bad treatment by so-called friends probably indicates a genuine lack of friendship on their part, and the association deserves to be re-examined. Like all social relationships, friendship is reciprocal, needing both behavioral input and output to sustain itself. Loyalty is an integral part of the Constitution. A disloyal friend is a contradiction in terms. Question: what do you really mean by true friend? What do you really want from your friends?
2. Are you thrifty? Is your neighbor miserly? You both behave in a similar way. You avoid spending money foolishly and believe that saving money is a noble act. A penny saved is a penny earned, as Ben Franklin expressed it. So, what is the difference? The answer is one of perspective only. When we want to praise someone's frugality, we use adjectives with a positive connotation. And when we wish to condemn the identical attitude, we use adjectives with negative spin. The behavior being described is objectively the same, but our relationship to the perpetrator is different. The same is true, of course, for the opposite action as well. Emotional coloration is the only difference between being generous and being a spendthrift. Question: list the behavioral characteristics of being frugal and being a cheapskate. Issue 21. B.
I I went shopping today and spent 3 hours going from store to store until I found what I was looking for.
Oh, what did you get?
I didn't get anything.
What? Why not?
I thought it was just too expensive. If I wait a few months, I can get the same thing and save some money.
A lot of money?
Well, a lot is relative, I guess. Probably 5 or 6%. But the point is that a penny saved is a penny earned.
A penny? Is that all?
No, of course not. A few dollars, though.
But in the meantime, you could still be using that article you took so long to find. What about all the time you wasted? Time is money, you know.
That's true, but now I know where to look for it. I would have had to spend the same amount of time shopping for it in any event.
Don't be such a cheapskate.
I'm not cheap. I'm frugal. I don't like spending more money than I have to.
It sounds very noble, but the sums involved are trivial.
It all adds up. A trip of many miles is achieved one step at a time.
But don't make a mountain out of a molehill.
I don't like being called a cheap Charlie.
If the shoe fits, wear it.
When did this conversation devolve into the proverbial shouting match?
Okay, you're right. We shouldn't fight about this, especially since it's basically a question of semantics.
What do you mean?
Well, it's the difference between a denotation and a connotation.
I still don't understand.
A denotation is the dictionary definition. By this standard, frugal and cheap and thrifty are all synonyms. But a connotation is an emotional attitude conveyed by some word. So while cheap and frugal may mean the same, one has a negative association and the other has a positive one.
Oh, I see.
Do you know any other examples?
Well, let me think. I like you a lot, but sometimes I think you are very naive. When you are behaving in a sweetly innocent way, I guess I think of you as being childlike. But when you irritate me, like you just did, then I would say that you're too childish. Is that what you mean?
Ouch! I get your point. Why don't we talk about something else?
Questions. 1. How are cheap and frugal different? 2. Why didn't the woman buy anything today? 3. What is the difference between one who is childlike and one who is childish?